guys, just a second. Get the other window moving. Let's make sure we're good. Live and live. All right, okay. Okay, so I have finally gotten my surgeries, at least the two most important, the most critical ones, scheduled. So that's kind of allowed me to formalize my calendar over the next couple of months. So for sure, I'm good to go in February. So that's, all a relief. And we're really excited to be able to invite people here. We have a new property with a beautiful Maloka in the Andean Mountains right above Pisac. Incredible community. The neighbors are super sweet and nice and pretty much living traditionally as, Quechua farmers have since Incan times. You can see this first slide, I'm calling it, this first slide, whatever, is basically just our neighborhood. This is the kind of scene that you encounter just walking down the road. And so we're only going to have 4 rooms. So couples, they're big enough for couples. The ones up the hill are in their own residence. It's a separate building with a shared kitchen. So those can be cheaper if you want to make your own meals. If not, we'll come up there and cook for you. But it's an option for some of you guys that might be on a budget to just buy your own food, stock the kitchen, cook for yourselves, and save some money. And so we are, I feel like I have to be careful about talking too much about medicine. I'm not really sure what the rules are. For videos, I have to put a disclaimer. I can't do that here. So if you want more information about all that, you're going to have to email me. But let's check out the protocol. Basically, I'm also going to make a much more polished video in the next couple of days, but I want to wait because we're going up to a higher Andean lake to go fishing, and I want to incorporate that for people that are interested. And if you don't want to fish, you can always just go up to the lake. We can rent a boat. But I wanted to wait until we go up there and get that video before I make the more formal video. Oh, and then also we have May and Manu, but I have to go to the jungle to make video, and I haven't been able to do that yet. So as soon as I get the surgeries all wrapped up and recover, which is apparently only a week or less, I'll head out to Manu and make that video. So let's check this out. All right, so this is just, walking home. This is our front yard. These are the neighbors' alpacas. They are sometimes friendly, sometimes it was a little bit standoffish, this interaction. That sheep is a goofball too. And I think this little dog, I don't even know where it came from. It just showed up here the other day and it hasn't really left. Those mountain peaks are visible from the front yard. And there's the dog. This is our backyard, basically. This river goes way up into the mountains. And there's no such thing as this lake, here, let me pause this so I can talk a little bit. There's no such thing as trespassing here, really. You just walk through the farms, and if you run into anyone, they're really friendly, and, there's no crime. I would not feel any need to lock my door or have a dog or anything up here. I mean, it's just absolutely tranquil. So yeah, I thought I put more video, but there's trails everywhere and rivers all over the place. And, it's absolutely amazing. There's also Incan ruins kind of scattered around and like old ancient walls all in the forest everywhere. This is just an example of a high country lake. This isn't the one we'll be fishing at, but we could go and paddle around in it. It's a beautiful spot. This is close to Maras, which is one of the places that we'll go during the events. This is a local museum. couple of shots of some of the artifacts, but what's coming next is really the highlight for me, at least. And these are all authentic. The museum was mind-blowing. These are knives, basically. These are the elongated skulls of legend. There's a couple different styles. Let me check in with the chat before we get too far. Make sure that everything is kosher. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, cool. Where'd my thingy go? Oh, here. So, yeah, this is a very festive country. You never know when you're going to be walking down the street and run into something like this. This is in Calca, which is maybe 40 minutes down the road. I thought I edited this a little bit better. Next scene. Street food. This is cuy, guinea pigs, and this is another group of dancers. See that guy right there? That thing on his face is a penis. I haven't found out what exactly the folklore is, but there's this thing with people wearing masks with big giant penises for noses. Every single celebration you see it. They're always for sale in all of the little, artisanal shops and stuff. This is Ollantaytambo, the Temple of the Sun. You can see some giant San Pedro on the hillside there. This was a holy place of the Incas. There were sacrifices that occurred here. It was a temple for sun worship, basically. Just trying to imagine what it would have been like when the Incas were actually here all of these little holes, those little, I can't remember what they're called, but they're like, they would hold effigies, golden effigies. So this place, you can imagine it at night with torches everywhere, Incan priests sacrificing someone, and, gold effigies all over the place. Just absolutely mind-blowing. This is these are the Maras salt mines. And each one of these pools belongs to a specific family. And they're pre-Incan, by the way. They're pre-Incan, so they're older than God almost. And when a family gets married, they dig them a new pit so that they can have some income selling salt. And I don't think we know how old they are, but more than 900 years. And then it's brilliant the way that it's constructed. You see how it's in a canyon, the wind blows through and evaporates the salt. And this is the stream that it all comes out of. This little stream somehow provides salt and water for all of those little ponds. This is an Incan agricultural station where they had several of these at different layers, and then at each level there's a 15-degree difference. So, for example, there are 3,000 different species of potato in Peru. And so they brought in actually dirt from the jungle and all the different regions of Peru, and they started acclimating the plants to grow in the Andes, and vice versa, I guess, to distribute it throughout the empire. Food sources and whatnot, coca, San Pedro, whatever. They use these to acclimate. And the way that they're positioned and the way that the wind blows through allowed them to control the fertilization. So, pretty cool. These Tare women in Pisac bring their alpacas, and you give them a couple of soles, and you take a picture with them or hold them. This is pretty cool. Did I leave the sound on this one?
So this is the waka called Chectecaca.
Yeah, so hold on. This is Camille Sauve, local author. I did a little walk with her,
This is
and well, I'll let her explain.
a kind of a cave cavern system where you can actually see some vitrified stone.
Oh, nice. So vitrified stone is one of the Incan mysteries. Basically, it is stone that has been heated to the extent that it's basically turned to glass. And the reason it's so mysterious is that it requires really, really high temps, and there is vitrified stone up to, I think, a mile into the caverns. And without electricity, there's really no way to get a heat source in there. There are a tremendous number of weird anomalies throughout Cusco, and a lot of people don't realize that there are actually caverns underneath of it. And if you walk around the perimeter of the city, you will see sealed up holes, like bricked up and cemented, and people will break in because legend has it that there's still gold and elongated skulls and all sorts of priceless artifacts down there. And it's true that it hasn't all been discovered. In fact, the Quero, who are a tribe that went way up into the high Andes, I think 900 years ago or something, or 500 years ago. No, the prophecy is from 500 years ago. And so the prophecy said, the shaman said, when you see the condors start to disappear, which is weird, right? Because they didn't have extinction back then. And the lagoons are drying up, and you'll see a metal bird, which I guess is an airplane. And there will be an earthquake that will expose a temple full of gold underneath of Cusco. And in 1983 or 89, that earthquake occurred and the temple was discovered. Yeah, that's probably part of the reason they have to brick the caverns up. I don't know if any part of them is open to the public. There are also, if you watch my full video with her, with Camille, there are wakas, which are difficult to describe. They're just stones that have kind of been cut into pointless shapes everywhere. And some of them look like thrones that are made for 20-foot tall people. And every single waka site has one. So for all you ancient alternative history people, there's a lot to consider here.
So,
yeah, you can tell kind of a dramatic entrance here.
yeah.
Camera work was a mess this day. I don't know what I was thinking.
Angles to them and curves. And you can check this out. Look how precise these edges are carved in.
Yeah, and for what, you know?
And here you can really see a wonderful example of the vitrification.
Oh, wow.
Look at how shiny that is.
Man.
And
Like it literally is glass. Oh, I got like a seam of it. And all of this really. So there must have been some special purpose.
right, because why here and why not here? You know, it's
It
it
is
just
like,
seems to be right on this edge here.
it is really smooth. Can't believe you can just walk into something. Yeah, this is just right on the side of the road in Cusco. There's just a hole, and you go in, and this is there.
That's also the nice thing about Peru. You can just walk into these places, you know.
Looks like there's some sort of coca leaf offering with some weird.
Yeah, that is an offering.
Stuff.
I think that is a candy of some sort. Usually, when you put dulces, it's for Pachamama.
Oh. So yeah, an offering of sweets
She does
to
have a sweet.
Pachamama. with coca leaves.
Well,
You see offerings in caves
doesn't want us
all
to eat
around
sugar.
everywhere here.
Makes us throw up gross stuff, and then she's like, I want candy. He's still a man sitting here.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think that's pretty much the,
From far away.
I mean, look at this. Just wild. All right, so any suggestions about what? Let me find another. I made a playlist if anyone's interested in attending the event. Again, we're doing this February and March here in Sacred Valley, and then, well, I'll leave them on because I'm going to play a couple of videos. And then Manu in May. And if you want information about medicines and whatnot and pricing and all that, you have to email me. Emails are in the chat and in the description. Yeah, and also there's plenty of information about my approach to integration and preparation and my general philosophy. Flow state lifestyle, I call it, because that's pretty much what it's about. And there's also the jungle retreat videos you can watch, because Manu will be the same protocol, but just with different tribes and in a different place. And Manu is probably the most intact part of the rainforest, is what I'm hearing. There are still plenty of jaguars, giant anacondas, all of 53 monkey species or something. It's as full-on Amazon as you can possibly get, and I'm excited about that because I have been into the deep jungle once for 3 days, Cuyabeno, and it was pretty extraordinary. But in the more I don't know what to call them, like at the edge of the jungle, the towns, we were living there and we were watching these species disappear. The insect clouds vanished over a couple of years, and we stopped seeing certain things that were quite common. So the reality is that deforestation and pollution from agriculture and mines and stuff, you have to go deeper and deeper into the jungle to really experience what it's really like and all about. So, where should we start here? Let's check out some of the food. How do I open a playlist? That's funny. I don't even know how. Can I just click it or something? Oh my God. Oh no, over here, right? Playlists. There we go.
This is the waka called.
Okay, so this is what we just saw. Let me see if I can find. Yeah.
And in some places you can see what looks like your fingerprints, which were actually pushing the rock up to make canals. Like over here. Doesn't this look like fingerprints? Oh, here's a great example. Check this out. And it looks like somebody was pushing up some kind of soft plasticine rock.
Definitely looks like it could be like thumb.
Okay, and so one of the reasons that this is suspected is that if you look at the rock, the material here, the other limestone that's around the wakas, it has calcite and it has like fossils and whatnot, and these waka stones that have been formed don't have any, so they think that maybe they were all ground down and then reconstituted with some kind of bonding agent like concrete.
I mean, why are some of these, like the sides, smooth like this, and others you just can see, it just looks like fingerprints pushing soft stone. And what are these?
These pools here were used by the shaman to read the stars.
Oh, perhaps.
So that's a little bit of that. I don't want to ruin it completely for the people that are planning to join us, but check this stuff out. This is amazing too. We try to serve this with as many meals as possible. Not that.
This Andean superfood.
That thing is actually a wild like seed pod, and I didn't know that it did that.
Video.
The seed pod.
This Andean
it totally took me off guard. But let's just skip to That's the kashuru, and it's a color. This is an Andean lake algae from the high country, and it has a tremendous number of benefits, including. Oops, I got to be careful about that because they will shut me down for playing copyrighted music on a live stream, so gotta watch out. Many claim kashuru is one of the most nutritious foods known today, a potential miracle weapon against malnutrition and anemia. It contains compounds that help strengthen bones, that might prevent osteoporosis, increase heart function, strengthen hair roots, provide collagen to skin, detoxify the body, and improve digestion. But it also, I did mention that. I was going to say I'm surprised I didn't put the anti-cancer stuff in here. Recent studies show that the cyanobacterial compounds in kashuru have antiviral and cytotoxic properties. With more research, especially the cytotoxic compounds might be interesting as they inhibit cell division, in this way cause cancer to die. One newly discovered amino acid in kashuru absorbs UV radiation, protects the skin, and has antioxidant properties. This might have potential in the use of cosmetic products. I mean, who cares about that? The really important thing is the cytotoxins. Treating diabetes. So yeah, it's incredible stuff. It has a ton of protein, but really the primary thing, I think, is the cytotoxins. They inhibit cell division, so they can prevent tumors from dividing. And for some reason, people eat a ton of seaweed way up here in the Andes. It's kind of an odd thing. It seems out of place, but it's good for you. So let's see. Let's check out some of Sacsayhuaman. This, some of you guys might know this place from Graham Hancock, who told at least 3 really obvious lies in his little segment about Sacsayhuaman in, what is that, the last Netflix special he did. Really, really obvious lies, things I know for absolute certain to be untrue that he literally made up just to support his theories. So this is wild, like MC Escher style staircases, just going up, well, at least the one going up into nowhere. This is all lava that has been cut and formed. That big lump back here in the beginning of the video is also lava flow. So obviously this is a tremendous amount of work that these guys went through. No one has any idea why. They're everywhere for miles and miles and miles, and no purpose has ever been ascertained, except that I did see a guy playing trumpet once, and it seemed like the waka stones made the trumpet like exponentially louder, like insanely loud. But yeah, Sacsayhuaman is incredibly massive. It was the scene of a terrible slaughter. I actually have a video where a Quechua shaman was walking around with us on one of these excursions and explaining that that's a turtle, this thing. You see the head there and the body. Man, I was really going crazy with the editing and the camera work. We'll have to make another video next time we go out there. But yeah, it's truly an extraordinary place. Oh, here's our shaman friend.
Sacsayhuaman, kaypin yachachiranku hatun runakunata, kaypin yachachiranku hatun willahumakunata, hatun tukuy rikuqkunata, hatun runakuna kamachikta. Ankaypin yachachiranku ch'askakuna ancharimusqanman hinan yachachiranku, killaq ancharimusqan hinan yachachiranku, llaqakunan rimarisaq kankunaq rimaynikichispi.
Traducir, por favor.
Ahora sí, voy a hablar en vuestro lenguaje, estoy diciendo.
Quechua?
Quechua, yes.
Yeah, Quechua.
So, we are located to the north of Cusco, approximately at 3,550 meters, exactly. Sacsayhuaman, original name from ancient times. Saksa meaning satisfaction, Uma, head. Head, satisfaction, the knowledge and the wisdom. Sacsayhuaman.
So I'm going to interject here and just kind of summarize because this goes on for a while. Basically, Sacsayhuaman was the traditional name, and when they came and killed everyone, they changed it to Sacsayhuaman, which is satisfaction from flesh, which is an awfully weird phonetic. You know, that's strange thing, but that's what it means. And it's because they killed everyone, supposedly because this giant sun disk, I may have a picture of one in here, because it's where I edited it. But this giant sun disk that represents Inti was made of solid gold. Here it is. That thing. And they took it and threw it in the lake so that the Spaniards couldn't get it. And so they just killed everyone, is the legend, according to this gentleman. And a lot of his version of the events that unfolded at Sacsayhuaman and the age of the ruins also are very inconsistent with the standard anthropological story. So that is all of the slides, I guess, the previews. Let me get back into my thingy here and make it prettier. And chat with you guys for a second, but we are having a voice chat in the Discord today at 8:30, so in 1 hour. And that means I've got to go and eat some dinner beforehand because it could be long. And normally we only invite people from the $10 tier and higher from our Patreon. But today I decided to invite everyone, general public, and I posted it. We probably invited 500 people. We'll see how many of them show up. But tonight only, everyone and their mother is allowed to come. And the link can be found in the descriptions of videos and also in the community posts. And yeah, it's good for 7 days, and then it will explode so that you have to go through the proper channels to access the Discord after tonight. Let me pop into the chat again. How is everyone doing? Yeah, you know what? I have had, I'm going to screenshot this actually because I had a client order a bunch from them, and they swore up and down that they knew for sure it was a good batch, but now I'm hearing this twice. So I'm going to screenshot this and contact them. But, you know, Chacuna is not always that strong and not that reliable. So it's just kind of a crapshoot with Chacuna. That's one of the reasons I always preferred to use Chalipanga. It's not just the effect, it's so much more consistent and reliable. You know, I've made with Chacuna and had it not really work from a source other than Waking Herbs that always is fine, you know, and it just turned out that this time you needed twice as much, and you know, it's a crapshoot with Chacuna. That's just how it is. So I've got to go and get ready for this voice chat and have some dinner before I'm locked into that for 3 hours or whatever it's going to turn out to be. So like I said, if you guys are, what happened? All of my information is gone from my chat. Let me pop the email back into the chat because people will be able to see it later too. And shoot me an email if you're interested in visiting in February, or here, let me see if the other one lost it as well. No, it's all still there in that one. Yeah. Shoot us an email if you would like to come. Medicine and magic and ruins and culture and peace. Very, very peaceful here. So, thank you guys so much for spending this time with me, and hit the like button, please, share, subscribe, and join us in the Discord voice chat if you like, and I'll see you later.